Welcome. Now we come to the present moment and practice yoga. First word, now. And the first attitude is the attitude of non-harming. So immediately we place our compassion at the forefront, and just every single choice that we make through this practice, please allow it to serve a positive pattern in your life, in your body, peace in your heart, and that space between your ears, so complex, but also just part of your body. Let that space soften. Begin softening your brain. Let your body come into arrangement that feels restful, not too slouchy, but can be a little bit relaxed. I find that for meditation, a little relaxed allows me to stay longer than the really upright spine. Study yourself. You're always free to make changes, do things in your own way. Really try to stretch your breath. Let's begin with 5 very deep breaths. So now the upright spine will really allow for that optimal flow and expansion space for your ribs as you rest your hands a little away from your body with your arms. Breathe in deeply. Pull your rib cage into a big expansion in all directions. And then there's that pushing quality with the exhale, that squeeze, like if you were using your hands. And you could even feel your breath if you'd like on your next one. Hands somewhere on your rib cage. Feel the pulling and pushing. Wherever your hands would like to remain for 3 more breaths. We have a capacity for breath that we don't take much advantage of. We can hold our breath for minutes. So let this inhale be very long and slow, not minutes, just seconds. Keep going with it. Take a little bit at a time. Learn to grow. Learn to stay calm. Try to come to a nice fullness where you feel really expanded, really energized. Balance it when you are ready. Slow with the release. Ground in your belly. Breath slowly leave. Keep emptying. Keep emptying. One more time, your own pace. Try to bring balance. Belly center grounded. Hands together. Chin towards your chest. Shoulders together and down the back. Resting your head into your heart center. Drawing your neck long. One more breath out. Lift your chin. Keep lifting the plane of your face. Gaze down your nose. Not straining. Keep your neck long. Distantly stretch the underside. Lower jaw up into the upper jaw. And then float the back of your skull back up to neutral. Inhale deeply. Pranamasana. Lift your hands. Press them. Lift your elbows. Staying all the way through the exhale energy, the vibration. And release for a moment. Bring your right arm behind your back. Bring your left arm up with the shoulder down, and bring your ear towards your shoulder gently. Find a sweet spot. Ground into your legs. Refine if you need to. Change it up. Learn to support yourself from every kind of foundation we create in the practice. Bring a measure of softness to this work. So we find that right effort, middle path. Release these actions with slowness. Roll that shoulder in, change to the other side. When you know where we're going with the poses, just come on in at your own pace. When we practice, we can take more breaths in the shapes because we learn what they are. One more breath to release. Slowly, when you're ready, letting go. Inhale, sweep up your arms. And then exhale, cross your right wrist behind your left and interlace your fingers. It's okay to let your shoulders come up a bit, ground, navel center strong. Squeeze in, straighten, and then bend your elbows, relax your hands. Twice more, a little squeeze and release. Small movement is totally fine. One more time, up, down. This time up, add a little rotation. One deep breath. Feel your core bring you into the twist, and now float your arms down carefully and support your twist with your hands for 1, 2. Feel that energy flow in the hands and the arms, that activation. Breathe blood flow, releasing tension. Breathe out one more time. Notice how the inhale matches coming back to center, that expansive quality. Let's come out of the cross legs for a moment to relieve that position to our first boat pose, the heart lift with the feet on the ground, gazing down your nose. Keep some weight in your feet. So I always like to say this outward spiral of energy in the hands. So the shoulders are open. There's a little forward measure in the shoulders as well, so you don't overdo going back. One more breath. Bring that all together. And then cross your legs in, maybe switch your cross or tighten it up a little bit to the second side. Arms up, breathe in. Now the left wrist behind the right. Bring your fingers together, interlace. Gaze up, reach up, give a little squeeze. Exhale, relax hands, bend elbows. Twice more. It's one of those create tension or release tension moves. One more time, give it a little more energy. Squeeze your hands gently. Exhale, come down. Go back up for the initial rotation. Feel your core, bring you around, and then soften and let go. Float down your hands, one behind, one across. Develop your twist to your own beautiful degree. Gazing down your nose. Being just where you are with your body, that is correct. Breathe in deeply, one more time. Breathe out, feel complete. Return to center and come to Apanasana, rolling to your back. Bring your knees into your chest. Curling your head as well, make yourself into a little seed. Rest your head down and move your head side to side slowly a few times. Widen your knees and catch your ankles for a few rounds of breath. Just let your legs hang into your hands, opening the inner legs. Supported, strong bind. Exhale. Use your hands and guide your knees together. Apanasana one more time. Little contraction pose. That's what that means. Contraction. Send your feet forward. Hold on to your shins and round your feet. I'm going to pick up and reset my seat. So I have my sitting bones on the ground for this lean back shoulder stretch. Keep weight into your legs and feet. Hold your shins from the outside on each side and lean back. You can curl. But go back until you feel some stretching around your shoulders and your upper back. Chin can tuck. So it kind of depends on the length of your arms, but keep your head forward to help you keep them rolling all the way back. 2, 3, Ground those feet, one more breath. And then use your hold to bend your elbows and lift. Come to Malasana pose, the garland pose. You can squat if you like, or keep hips down, come through, or hold your knees. Eventually, we drape the arms and do this awkward internal rotation. If you'd like to explore it, or keep your palms pressing. So from here, it actually, you can dive. All right, 5 breaths, grounding your inner feet. Broaden the low back, breathe deeply there. Find your breath, no matter which shape you're in. Make determined breathing happen. One more exhale. Complete. Inhale, rise out and close your knees together. Transition around to tabletop. So mix up the way you cross your ankles, which leg goes first, all that stuff, and compacting yourself, curling your feet, bring your hands forward and work your legs back. Optional to do that as you like, but one of our ways of getting around. Let's just find tabletop and rock gently side to side. Find that open hand position. You know, it can be ahead of your shoulders to give you this little break from that intense angling. Settle to center, tone your low belly, ground your feet. Tiger pose. So there's this extension of the right leg straight back and a lengthening forward. Like a cow spine, with a straight leg back, and then exhale, elbows in, knee curls right in towards your nose, pull. 4 more times, inhale, extend, neutral neck, exhale, curl. Last one. Move in a breath together. Release, come back to your child's pose. Walking arms to the right to any degree and rest your head, breathe. Gently lengthening out your lateral body, your low back. And wherever else you might be lengthening. Breathe out one more time. Tabletop. Mesa. So long neck in place here. Keep when you go forward with your gaze, keep it down and forward, just off the front of your mat. So breathe in, reach, 5 breaths, tiger. Exhale, curl to center. Dynamic. Gazing forward, gazing back. One more time. Child's pose with the lateral reach towards the left to any degree. Move that way and rest down. Determined breathing moves to the back of the body, the sides, up and down. And also front. Even here, one more time. Breathe all the ways. Easing back to center, swing forward on your mat. Walk your knees back so you feel a little challenge on your forward leg. So you can keep your knees down or look to the balls of your feet. Both are challenging, just different. It's okay if your hips are a little high, don't strain. Ground your forearm bones, one more deep breath. Slowly, slowly bring your navel down to the floor. A little Angular Bandha engagement there as you land, just to make sure the pelvis is stable and release. Gently widen your arms and legs, rock your pelvis side to side, find center. Downward facing star. Uplift all the limbs, just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, Just reaching out for an exhale. Ground your star. Pull your hands to your chest, tuck in your elbows. Bring your big toes together and reach. Bhujangasana, cobra spine. Gently lift to a nice degree that feels like a nice open heart. Gaze down. Feel the strength in your back. Maybe take your hands away. Use your back. Use your legs. Use your core. And come down, relax, heels out, right cheek to the ground, arms hug the earth beside you. Rest, bring your shoulders down your back. That's the main action here besides letting go. If the shoulders want to roll over the front, bring them down the back. Slow the breath down. One more time. Very slowly inhale, like a 10 count. And exhale, also a 10 count. Your own 10. Long breath. Reactivate to center, reaching through your legs. This time, arms flying back. Keep your legs down for 1, 2, gaze down and center. 3, 4, 5, release. Forearms and the other cheek to the earth. Draw your shoulders down your back. Heels fall out. Rest your low back. Rest. Increasing our resilience, ability to go between active and passive. Creating a state of balance. Breathing out one more time. Slow, slow. Return to center, cobra spine, inhale. Exhale, elbows in, press forward and down, pushing and peeling up. Back to child's pose, tuck your toes, stretch your feet, puppy. Elbows up. Wag your tail, stretch the soles of your feet. Deep breath again. Rise. Bring your knees together and sit back towards your heels. Use your arms beside you for rock pose, where you may lean back into your feet to lift your knees to stretch your top feet. Very precise. You don't have to lift your knees. Shift your weight, gaze down. No pain. Release the other way. Come forward, tuck your toes this time. In the same, but mindful, same and mindful way, soul stretch. So moving your weight back to 80 degrees on your own pace. Calmly breathe into sensation and just the right amount, not too much. Coming forward, release your toes, relax. Downward dog. First one. Imagine you're a dog just getting up in the morning, going through your maneuvers. You might want to play with the upward dog or the upward plank and back to the down dog a few times. So just re-exploration. Ananda Svanasana. There it is. Blissful dog. And let's gradually make our way into that upside down traditional V shape for 5 breaths, holding steady. Spinning your shoulders away from your ears. The neck hangs long. Press your legs back. Round your heels, one more breath. Uplift in the low belly. Walk forward on the balls of your feet a few steps, just finding that pike, and then work your way to the front of your mat in your own way. Breathe out, fold forward. Release tension. Breathe twice more. One more time, make space, come down into that shape. Bend in your knees and stand up. Interlace and press up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Shoulders are down. And force the hands. Return to center. Carefully release. Change the weight, press up again. Exhale, a little side bend, a little press, shoulders down, gaze down the nose. A little soft energy flowing through your knees. 5, navel center tones. From there, return your torso, release your fingers, and float down your arms. Stepping easy wide and knocking on the door of life, swinging your arms mindfully. Feel energy, release tension. You can gently knock into your body, tap into your body with your hands as you come. Do this with mindfulness, not throwing yourself around. And let's come to a hold once you come back to your right side. So we have this standing twist, develop to your own degree. Find something that feels good. Wrapping your center with your arms. Include your head and your neck. Breathe out one more time. Knees to center. Wrap your arms the other way. And just add a little rotation from the wide stance, just allowing the pelvis and the belly to freely turn, followed by everything else on its way up. Find a sweet spot for your neck where you feel where some of that hard work might be a little tight, holding that heaviness. Let it stretch. Try not to strain here. Back off if you need to. One more breath. Follow your exhale back into your center. Breathing in, reaching up. Little back. Breathe in again. And exhale slowly, forward fold. Give yourself time. Work your feet hip distance apart, folding in. Half lift pose, inhale. Don't strain your neck here, just long neck. Exhale, bend your knees, spread your hands, legs back. High plank. Try to relax excess tension here. So what we need to do, firm the thighs, firm the belly, press the hands. Let your head and neck be free from excess effort. Step your feet in, lift your hips, downward dog. Tuck your chin, navel gaze, so gaze up your legs as high as you can. Or maybe you can see your navel, but you can feel it. One more breath out, hands spreading, heart soft. Stepping your right leg forward by your right hand, angle your back foot, rise up. Warrior A. Coming into the cow face pose arms. So just bending the elbows, come from behind to the spine. Work into your lunge, forward pelvis. Lift the plane of your face and your elbows away from each other. 5, 4. Standing meditation, the stillness, the control, beautiful discipline of peace. Finish your breath and release out your arms. Breathe in, straighten your knee, and then B, turn to the side. Bend your knee, find your lunge. Relax your shoulders. Let's do the palms up today to bring softness across the arms. And there's another head turn here. We include the neck in the yoga poses, even though they're not specifically for the neck. Breathe out one more time. Transitioning to a wide stance triangle, straighten your front leg, hinging over, reaching up and down. Gradually turning your head to look the other way. If you need to bring in your back foot a notch, you could, or just try to bear the different stance. Let it teach you something. Breathe deeply again. Long in both sides of the waist. Take a moment just to see if you're really lengthening out your torso. Navel exhale. Inhale, rise. Last one on this series, going up and back to reverse warrior, palm facing out. Option to bring out your knee again or to keep the legs straight, gaze down your nose. Where can you create peace here? Generate in your shoulders, your breathing, just the right amount. Exhale, we will meet in downward dog for the second side. So feeling free to move back to downward dog or puppy or flow through the vinyasa with the plank or the push-up. Exhale, find the uplift in the low belly. And from that lift, that helps give you space to move your leg forward to step to the warrior egg. Rise up, release your hands from the earth as you're ready. Settle your shoulders, settle your lunge. Cow face, so external, internal, and bring them behind. Gently lift your plane of your face. These are your ears, your cow ears. Let me speak up if my connection becomes too unstable. I just got a little message. Just one more breath here. Bring what softness you can to the stable pose. Taking no excess effort. Inhale, straighten your knee. Release your arms out to the sides. And kind of a helicopter around. Turn out your back toes, warrior B. Palms up today. Turn your head. Find your balance. Keep our knees centered, don't let it collapse inward. Know where you need to pay attention in your body. Make sure your low back has enough room with tail tucking energy if needed. Triangle pose with the wide stance, heading out, grounding your lower hand and rotating. And do try to find that real extension of the top and the bottom waist. Equal reaching until you feel a sense of lengthening there. A little bit of striving in the triangle today. One more time, gentle striving. Try to grow your triangle pose. Breathe out, soften it, rise up. Last one, the reverse warrior, palm facing out, coming up. Optional to guide your knee back out to the lunge or not. Gaze down your nose. Back hand is just rounded on the leg. Breathe out once more. And release. Coming to the side. Pause a moment, feel the prana, feel the energy of the practice. So we're creating this lovely blood flow, into the brain and the extremities, through the body, increased by our practice. Wide standing fold with the arms behind. So which is going to take better care of you? The interlace straight arms or the holding elbows for the standing forward fold. So check in with yourself. Make a loving choice. Explore the forwardness, maybe the knees bending. Keep your knees soft if you have a tendency to lock your legs straight. So hang forward, tilt forward. Then carefully explore shoulder blades together, shoulder joints relax. Carefully drop your hands towards the floor. Drop your head towards the floor. A little forward roll in your shoulders. You don't overdo the going back. And there's really no room to think about anything else once you bring all that together. 2 more breaths. Explore Prasarita Padottanasana C. 1 more exhale. And then you know you're coming up now, so bring together the actions that come with the breath in. And exhale, release. Step to the front section of your mat. And to celebrate being halfway through the year, celebrating with a half moon pose balance if you would like. If you have a block, you can use it, or just something else you could hold on to. You can use the floor, so turn out your left leg from your hip and try to lift your right leg back. Play with Ardha Chandrasana. So this is the coming in from above variation. Maybe you have the reaching arms, or you can touch the ground or something. Whatever, I'll try to have some fun with it. Keep trying. Superpower. 4, and release. Just do your best, let it be. So it's like triangle to come in, you have that turn up from the hip. I'm going to do a straight leg instead, so I'm just playing with that shift in weight. Coming in from above, maybe coming from below is fine too, with the bent knee rising up. For 1. Find a steady spot for your eyes. 2, 3, keep trying. 4, and 5, come on down, try to resist. Let it be. Moving closer to the earth now. Vigorous upward reach with the plane of your gaze. Breathe again. Breathe again. Transition to forward fold slowly. Let your knees bend. Go in the other direction. Take your time. Holding your elbows in the compass, or Padahastasana if you want to stand on your hands. Forward fold, 5 breaths slowly. Not only releasing the lower body, but the upper body. So head, neck, and shoulders connected to all of this. Breathe, release tension. Finish a breath. Bend your knees. You can bring your hands to the earth and step your right leg back. Coming to the low lunge, rising up. Bringing your right arm to your left leg. Feel free to spread out a blanket. I'll pause a moment. The other arm wrapping behind to the opposite thigh behind or behind the waist. So creating a rotation in the low lunge. Ground both feet. Turn your head, gaze down your nose. And return to center, guiding your knee towards your toes this time, Anjaneyasana. Lengthen your hip flexors. Keep your low back long, tail tuck. Sacrum hold gives a nice opening at the front of the chest, which is naturally in the front. Breathe out once more. Press into your front foot. Come to lizard inside. Turn out your toes. Maybe reset your back leg. You can resettle that knee to a sweet spot. You could be on the ball of the foot. All the choices of lizard come in. You can be asymmetrically or asymmetrically lowered. 2, 3, warm bodies working gently but deeply. Release tension. And carefully easing yourself out of that deep stretch back into Ardha Hanumanasana. Or Hanumanasana, if you're working on sliding that front leg further forward, you can. Use your arms to support the other leg going back a bit. It's fine just to bow over the front leg. Draw back the toes. If you have extended yourself out, bring your leg back in closer for a little revolution in Hanuman, taking the opposite arm across. Bring your head down, a little lateral. The outside of the leg is just fine. Breathe out again. Release, child's pose or vinyasa to the second side. Work with your energy. Are you restless? Do another vinyasa. If you are tired, rest in child's pose, whatever your choice, your practice. Know yourself. So we started with a low lunge. Knee down, centered. Find your stance. Give yourself a moment. That's a big transition. Bring the opposite side arm across in the front and then across in the back too. Find a rotation. Breathe. Grounding both feet. Turn your head. Breathe down your nose. Exhale once more. Inhale, center. Second one, Anjaneyasana lunge, the crescent, the knee coming forward. Tail tuck energy. We're gonna reset the back knee. And we're putting some big prints with our knees so you can cushion more or reset your knee. Take care of it. Hang the arms. Sweep them up alongside your ears. Gaze down. Be precise with your feet. So much strength and stability here into the hips and the low back. Exhale, last one. Lizard lunge, return to center. Work some space in that front leg so you can bring both arms on the inside, and as many as 8 breaths here, so take the time you need to prepare. It's okay to roll the outside of the foot. So deep work into the pelvis and hips. Everything attached to the pelvis, the spine, the legs. Find a spot where you can find your composure. 3 to 5 more. Calmly abide. Make sure you can breathe where you are. That's a great indicator. Breathe out again. A little tone in the Mula Bandha can help draw your low belly in, so you work from your core as you release back and uncross. Transition to Hanuman's pose. Optional to begin with sliding your front heel further away, maybe working your back knee and leg further behind, so supporting. Concentration pose. Different kind than balancing on one leg, but just finding the right depth. And now bringing it into the half Hanuman shape. If you extended yourself out, pull that front leg back. So you can just bow over the leg, adding the lateral, the reach across with the opposite arm. Other hand supportive. Find a sweet spot, breathe. Nice. Feel how everything connects to everything else pose. One more time, breathe out. Release, bend your knee. Meet in a wide knees child's pose with the optional flow through if you would like. For upper body strong is important. Wide knees, child's pose. And the revolution of threading the needles. You can have your hips back or they can be higher. Settle into your own favorite revolved child's pose. Press your palms, play around a little bit. Settle in. Using a hand for support. Inhale for 7. Exhale. One more time. Other side. Easy to center. Big breath in. Simhasana, the lion's breath. Second side. Revolve your wide child's pose. Support yourself. Find a spot where you can rest into the shape. Doesn't have to look a certain way. Just let it feel good. Or interesting. It might challenge you enough that it's more of an interesting thing than a good thing. But breathe into it. Just twice more. Make the best of it. Inhale back to center. If you'd like to spin your hands around backwards, rise up a little bit, lion's breath. One more time, open your mouth. Big breath out, release tension. Come through and sit down. So the lion's breath stretches these muscles in the front that support our head and neck from the front. So it's very valuable practice actually, and emotionally nice too. Hold your heart center, sit easy. Be where you are right now. The quality of your being, the beneficial feeling of the breathing, no matter what you've been doing with your body. Keep coming back to your breath. Bring out your right leg alongside your left foot and stretch out your body into Janu Shirsasana. The connection with the hands somewhere, foot, leg, or floor, allows the whole body to be connected, like in our standing forward fold, so we can connect, reach your hands around enough so you feel lengthening along your sides. Bring your head down, breathe deeply. Slowly changing sides. Take your time coming in. Just reach further until you feel the sides of your body lengthening. Bring down your head. Shoulders and low belly draw back. Everything else reaches forward. And exhale. With some slowness, come back up, resist the release. Have what you need for finishing. And come down, lie down, legs straight, just lie down. Finding center of skull, come to bridge pose, foundation on your back. Bridge pose / figure 4 combo, your choice to work how you want to. If you would like to try coming to bridge with the figure 4, or if you'd like to spend more time stretching your knees in towards your chest, all up to you. So this option of lifting, you would do half and half, maybe 4 breaths each. 5. 4 is a weird number for yoga. But 8's fine somehow. Anyway, exhale, come on down. Maybe rest here, maybe bring the legs in closer, what feels good. Rest, stretch. Just allowing a little lightness, a little humor, just to let go. So much serious. Have a little playfulness, a little ease for this time. On the second side, exploring the figure 4 shape on the back and optional exploring it with the bridge. So we get this loaded one leg bridge and more of an opening in the front of the hips. And lift up, use your arms, press your skull, Mula Bandha. And then what can you soften? Your jaw, your heart. Breathe in one more time, maybe a little bit higher. And then we exhale to lower. Once your spine is settled down, you can bring in your legs or keep them resting where they are. Find your spot on this side. Arms supportive. Make sure your neck stays long. One more time, move your breath. Releasing gradually. Windshield wipers. Bring out your arms, palms up. Your head can move side to side as well, opposite from your knees. One more time each way, just try to go into that range of motion. Breathe a couple times there. And the other side, from your head, lift your knees towards the ground. Maybe 3 deep breaths, emptying breaths. Returning to center. Start resting at any point. If you'd like to add an inversion, it can be a nice thing. It's good for your, certainly good for your legs circulation and your circulatory system, but also for your spine. If your spine is centered and you come into a half shoulder stand, maybe just a little off the ground or on a block. Grounding the upper back, neck is long, skull is centered. Feeling free to come more deeply, feet towards the ground or up into the air, but half shoulder stand, Ardha, Halasana, Ardha Salamba Sarvangasana, all legit. So feeling like you don't have to lift your hips high to receive the benefits is correct. And supported is built in here. So using hands or letting the block support your pelvis. Breathe one more time. Making your way down carefully, either bridging off your block or not. If you're not using a block, bring your knees to your chest, Ananta Balasana. Widen. At any point, you can bring your feet down and your knees wide. So work here wherever your hips feel really wonderful for a few more rounds of breath. What feels therapeutic. Using your own hands to help support the body. Making your way into your Shavasana pose as you are ready. Allow the legs to be wider than hip distance apart and falling out to the side feet. Use your elbows to guide your shoulder blades underneath you. Settle your upper body. Ground your heels. Use your hands to settle your lower back as well if needed. If you're good, you don't have to move. Arms and legs release, shoulders down. Everything releasing. All the muscles let go. And then there are the ones that never let go. The breathing in the heart, the pumping of the blood. Just rest with those. All that you consciously can rest, let it rest. Light, my light, the world filling light, the eye kissing light, heart sweetening light. Ah, the light dances, my darling, at the center of my life. The light strikes, my darling, the chords of my love. The sky opens, the wind runs wild. Laughter passes over the earth. The butterflies spread their sails on the sea of light. Lilies and jasmines surge up on the crest of the waves of light. The light is shattered into gold on every cloud, my darling, and it scatters gems in profusion. Mirth spreads from leaf to leaf, my darling, and gladness without measure. The heavens river has drowned its banks, and the flood of joy is abroad. Gently return to your seat of meditation. Take your time. Move mindfully as to not disturb your body unnecessarily, your mind, your breathing. Sitting in an easy way. Feel how the moving practice prepares us for the seated practice, even just a few rounds of breath, how easily, relatively, you can maybe find a little glimpse of stillness. Keep developing. It's through the asana practice that I've learned to meditate and sit still. with all meditation, all mindfulness. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. Um, let yourself shine with some gratitude for this opportunity and for everything that you think of. It's always a nice balance to remember the good things. Breathe in deeply. Down. And exhale. Thank you. Light, my light, the world flowing light. The poet is Indian. That's where my darling comes in.